Obviously, it's an extremely sad day for Britain, for Gibraltar, but actually for 1/3 of the planet, because she reigned over the Commonwealth countries and brought so much stability and security over her 70 years. Let's not forget, we all just celebrated her Platinum Jubilee. So of course it's a very sad day, but it's also important to recognize the undeniable achievements of this great lady and celebrate her life and thank her for all that she's brought to our societies, and for Gibraltar as well in particular, how she has safeguarded us and taken care of our people and our nation as well.
Very much a role model for many, looked up to for her stability and always ability to execute what she needed to do as the monarch, with a lot of uncertainty around her.
If you're the monarch for 70 years, there's going to be uncertainty every few years because it's such a long reign. I mean, this great lady was being a force of optimism and positivity since she was Princess Elizabeth, with the Battle of Britain during the World War II. She's seen us through the Korean War, the Cold War, the Falklands War, then more recently Brexit, COVID. This lady has been a force of dignity, elegance, commitment to public service, and we can only pay her a huge debt of gratitude. She's a lady who has supported 600 charities and raised around £1.4 billion. This is no joke. I mean, she has taken her role extremely seriously. She's also carried the weight of scandals and controversy in her family with so much dignity and elegance. Of course, she's absolutely a figure to be admired and a symbol for humanity and for women and girls all around the world, that some incredible woman like this can achieve so much and be such an inspiration with such humility and elegance.
And of course she stopped in Gibraltar famously at the end of her honeymoon tour. And speaking of family, it was your father who received her.
Yeah, absolutely, in 1954, and from the recollections he had and the memories we shared at home, it was one of his, or many of his, proudest moments, because he was privileged enough to have contact with her more than one occasion. And what he always said was what an empath, and how humanitarian she was, and how connected she was to people, and also, of course, how much she admired the people of Gibraltar, because otherwise she wouldn't have come in the face of so much adversity, with a fascist Spain threatening her and threatening the status of Gibraltar. And she still came, and she still stood by us, and she always has stood by us. And hopefully in the future, those boots, which will be very, very big to fill, will continue to be a support for Gibraltar. But of course, only time will tell, and this great lady is really is going to be difficult to emulate in generations to come.
And finally, Ms. Hassan, what do you think people in Gibraltar are feeling tonight?
I think in general people will be feeling much sadness and regret. I mean, I think whether you are a monarchist or not a monarchist, anybody, any reasonable viewer will appreciate the great service and dedication that this lady has put to her role, and we can only be sad for her passing, but of course be grateful and celebrate a life very well lived and achieved.